I hear you're really good coin Noraebang. Noraebang.
Check it out.
Check it out. Okay, it's officially my last meal in Korea. Gonna nam so hard. Today is the last day in Korea, day 7. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad. This week has gone by so fast and I've loved every minute of it. I would tell anyone to come to South Korea. It is incredible. It's very, very different from the other Asian countries I've traveled to. I've been to Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. All 3 of those places are amazing in and of itself. If I was to tell anyone to travel to Asia for the first time and if they were traveling alone, I would tell them to come to Korea. Because not only are the people great and welcoming, but the language is very easy to pick up and everything has some sort of English connotation where you're able to understand. People here love Americans. They want to see you learning their culture and learning their city. They get really excited to teach you things. My #1 takeaway from this trip is to tell everyone and anyone I know to come to South Korea. Okay, so Katie, you've been here about 7 months.
Right.
So what would you tell someone that's never been to South Korea about this place?
I would say just like anywhere you go, there's a lot of things to discover. There's things that you'll love and there's things that you'll connect to, and there's also challenges. But I would say for me this has been the best challenge, and even the downs have been really more like ups.
What's been like the most surprising cultural shock for you here?
Cultural shock. Ketchup. One time I was out with a Korean and it was the first time I had seen like that you can get your own ketchup in packets. And I grabbed just like a handful. I mean, how you do? And literally everyone in the place was like, what? And it's true. When you go to McDonald's or when you go to anywhere that has ketchup, they give you one ketchup packet, and there's no squeezy bottles of ketchup. You can't find it in the grocery store. This is coming from someone who doesn't even like ketchup. I'm more of a fancy sauce person myself. Mostly around food, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you share everything. Like you go to a hamburger place, Shake Shack, for example. You don't order your own burger. You order 2 or 3 burgers, and then you share the burgers. And that's when it's like, oh, we're sharing burgers? Sure, why
here's
not?
my thing about that though. If I'm at In-N-Out, I'm getting my own meal.
Right?
Maybe
See?
2.
That's when it seems weird. When you're like, that's not how we do burgers.
And everything's really clean. Like you take off your shoes for the most part when you walk into someone's home. Or certain restaurants have you do that before you sit down at the table. You can eat anything and it's gonna be clean and delicious.
Sure your socks aren't too smelly.
Yeah, like if you're out on a hike,
it'd be a
like,
rough situation.
it's not the greatest.
Yeah, and you just don't know what you're gonna find in there.
Damn.
I know people are a little wary about coming here for many reasons. One of them is North Korea.
Right.
But I think once you're here, you just don't feel that at all. You feel totally safe
Right.
and comfortable, and it's a great city to explore for that reason, because it is, you feel safe around the Korean people. I think.
Right.
So I love exploring here. Would you agree with?
So
Yeah, as far as
completely.
your safety and
Completely. And the other thing is, I know the North Korea thing, South Koreans are not scared. I think Americans are more scared than South Koreans. And
100%, that's true.
And it's really interesting to hear them talk. It's more about uniting back together and bringing everyone back together. So we sit here and we hear all these bad things in the news all the time, and we're both from the news business, so we know. But being here and experiencing it, you don't feel that at all. You don't feel fear. You feel more nostalgia than anything. I'm on the way to the airport and I'm very sad. Katie is one of my best friends in the entire world, and she just showed me all of her new home and we had so much fun together. South Korea, you're amazing.